Let's try and understand the math behind all of this. Ankita Shah, Vice President Research at Elara Capital, is joining in. Ankita, good to have you on. That's exactly the question. So let's start with a company like maybe IRB, any of the other listed players. How should we read into this 3,000 rupee pass? Is it going to eat into toll revenues?
So your concession agreements do have a clause to, cover up for any kind of traffic loss. But so this will be compensated. But if you look at overall toll collection by the government for last year, it was around 65,000 crores, which was up 35% on a YOY basis. This was largely led by improvement through FASTags. And this also helps to, plug the leakages in the system and ensure better toll collection and also reduce waiting times, reducing congestions, seamless connectivity across the country. So I think it is very positive, and I don't think there will be any major impact on companies.
Guys, this is what Mumbai-Pune highway is.
Any highway across the country, yeah.
It's $300. What's the toll now? I think Ankita would know. Ankita?
Yes,
so
around
300. So it's and that's one way, right?
That's one way. That's one way. Yeah.
600 to and fro.
So it really helps people who are commuting on a same-day basis, or business travelers, or frequent travelers. Those kind of people. It is very positive for them.
But Ankita, you're saying that this, in that sense, is going to be revenue neutral. I mean, you don't see toll collections dipping because more people will opt for these passes?
Yes, there could be. So if you look at the overall toll collection, non-commercial and private vehicles form nearly 50% of the total toll collection of the country. In terms of actual number of FASTags issued, nearly 50% is to private non-commercial sector, but they contribute only 20% to the revenues. Large part of the revenues comes from the commercial sector. But if you look at the peak hours between morning and evening, private vehicles contribute nearly 60% to the traffic, and there is a lot of wait time also. So you are addressing the issue during the peak hours for the same day travelers or business travelers basically. So the impact on revenues or the overall contribution from this is only 20%, and this is not for commercial vehicles. So the impact will not be much.
Ankita, we'll get back to the stocks, but this, Worli Bandra ceiling, it'll be applicable even there?
No, I think it is only for national highways.
Yeah, that's the debate we were having out here.
We were wondering whether it applies to all projects where a FASTag is used or only NHAI assets. So,
thanks.
I think it's largely for national highways.
Okay. I wanted to clear out on that because I got a couple of messages as well. So Ankita has, spooked the party, I think so.
No, that's not really happening. So, okay, let's talk about the listed universe of stocks. You're saying this from that sense, from a listed universe sense, is not really a market event because it doesn't change the toll projections, toll collections, etc. What do you like in this universe? What's your outlook on IRB? If not IRB, anything else? How are you looking at these stocks?
So if you look at overall, project awarding in the road infrastructure space, there has been no major project awarding that happened in this quarter, June quarter. This is maybe because, the government is reworking the contracts, moving from EPC hybrid annuity to BOT models. So we prefer companies which are diversified in nature, present in irrigation, metro, buildings, power, transmission, energy. These sectors have seen relatively better project awarding versus the road sector. So companies like NCC, Afcons, L&T are the diversified players, and we prefer to, stick with them versus the road infrastructure focused companies. So they need to diversify.
Okay, got your point that diversified infrastructure players are better and you're more de-risked holding on to those stocks than someone very, very niche. On Afcons particularly, if you have a quick 30-second reply, obviously great listing, good pedigree, well understood balance sheet, etc. But the stock has failed to enthuse. I mean, is it that the market is simply not interested in infrastructure developers right now? Do you see something turning for some of these large conglomerates that have been executing for past many years now?
So the listing of Afcons happened nearly at a similar valuations to L&T. So that was one reason where people were looking at getting the stock at cheaper than L&T, because that is also L&T is much more diversified into hydrocarbons and international as well. So that was one thing. So valuation, I think, is one of the key reasons. Otherwise, they are very good on execution, on EBIT, on margin profile, on debt. They have also done debt reduction post the IPO. So I think execution wise, they are very good. They saw some delays in the fourth quarter from in terms of government payments, but overall, I think a good company. I think it is just the valuation which is kind of a concern for the investors.
That explains it. That we've come down to that argument for a large part of the market, right? Good companies, but at what price? All right, Ankita, very helpful conversation this morning. Thanks so much for joining in. Thank you. So that's a view from Elara on infrastructure and, of course, on this 3,000 rupee pass that you can use now on national highways for FASTags.